Center for Wildlife, and we were started in 1986 by a local veterinarian who noticed that there was a gap in any state, federal, or even private organization or funding that provides the medical treatment for injured and orphaned wild animals. We're in our 27th year, and our mission is to medically treat local and native injured and orphaned wildlife. We're up to about 1,600 in a year. We give them the full medical treatment services and rehabilitation treatment that they need to be released back out into the wild where they belong.
Byron is one of 25 wildlife ambassadors that we have here at the Center for Wildlife. He is one of 2 barred owls that we have. He lives with his girlfriend Bianca, and he came to us in, I believe, 2006. He was hit by a car over in Elliott, Maine. He unfortunately fractured his wing when he was hit by that car. So he's one of our permanent residents. He stays with us year-round, and he goes on educational programs to schools, communities, senior centers, that sort of thing. And actually today I had a program with a 4-H group from Hampton, and I had a really special moment. One of the girls brought a barred owl to the center. It was hit by a car, and I introduced her to Byron, and I saw tears welling up in her eyes. It was so magical for her to be able to meet a barred owl up close, and I believe it was really touching for her to be able to see a barred owl after she had rescued a barred owl. And they do a really good job of teaching people in the community about their species, about how to protect wildlife, and especially how to prevent our wild animals from being hit by cars.
People bring us these injured and orphaned wild animals. They're finding red-tailed hawks that have been hit by the car on the side of the road, or entire nests of baby robins whose mom maybe was caught by a domestic cat, so the babies are left behind. And it's pretty amazing to see the diversity of people in our community, the ages and populations. They all come to the center with these little makeshift boxes with their rescues inside of it, and all of them are just grateful to have a place to bring injured wild animals so that they can be treated and humanely released back into the wild.
So every spring we get in turtles that have either been hit by cars or have been picked up by people that they think they would make good pets. So we'll see a lot of turtle patients. For example, like this baby snapping turtle that we have in here. I'll just kind of tell you about him a little bit before I show you. He was picked up. Family thought that he would make a good pet, which of course it does not make a good pet, and it is illegal to have turtles as pets. So this is a baby snapping turtle, and when the babies hatch out, the mom is nowhere to be found. So if you ever see a baby snapping turtle or a baby turtle of any kind, don't disturb it. It doesn't need any help. The moms never see the babies. They know exactly where to go, and they have all the instinct they need to find food. So like I said, this baby snapper will be released in the spring right back to where it was found, and hopefully, his instinct will kick in and he'll be able to find all the food he needs. So this is Ollie, one of our many ambassadors that are also in our care. We never name our patients, but the animals that live here permanently because of injuries that don't allow them to survive in the wild, we will give them names, and they go on educational programs to teach kids about wildlife, and not just kids, adults too, anyone who's interested in learning about wildlife. That's what our ambassadors are for.
I've always been a lover of wildlife, and I wanted to volunteer and learn something new about something I loved, and I thought it was a very worthy cause.
I guess they just get funded through grants and donations and no state or federal funding, so I thought while I was transferring location and careers that this would be a good place to help out.
And then for me, I just wanted to get more involved in the local community because I'm from this area, and I wanted to get more experience in animal care and just always learn something new, and here I can do that every day.
our barred owls, among most of our other owl species, are starting to mate this time of year. Barred owls, February through May, are really starting to look for their mates, settle down. They're calling back and forth to each other, hey, we mated last year, do you want to meet up at the nest and have more babies? And they're very common this time of year to hear them calling at night, even at dusk when it's starting to get dark. And their call is very common. Many people have heard it as who cooks for you all. And it sounds like so that's a very common call you'll hear out in the woods at night, and you'll know that it's just a barred owl trying to find his mate for the winter time, or for the springtime, sorry.
So the Call of the Wild event, it's our 9th annual event, and it's the Call of the Wild's annual showcase and silent auction. And it's our biggest fundraising event of the year, and it's a chance for us to really connect with our community and show off all of the wonderful things that we've been able to accomplish throughout the year in our medical clinic, with our volunteer and intern program, in our environmental education program, and in our research programs. The event is at Spring Hill in South Berwick on Thursday, May 2nd, and it's from 6 to 9 p.m. and we'll have hearty hors d'oeuvres, wine and beer tastings, a keynote speaker, great auction items. We have about 50 auction items lined up, so it'll be a really big auction. And there are opportunities for our community and our constituents to learn how to get involved with the Center for Wildlife, if it's hosting an intern or becoming a member or becoming a volunteer.